Good morning, Facebook. What's going on with you? What's going on? Something going on with my mic. Um, I gotta remember what's going on with my mic. I don't hear myself this morning. Let me check this out. Let me just check. What's going on, Facebook? I hope that you can hear me this morning. If you can't, send me a little something, something. I want to see what's going on with my mic this morning. Let me see. I'll know in a second. Here we go. Here we go. Say that I'm live. Say that I'm live. Let me see if I can hear myself on here. There we go. There we go. I know everything is going good. Hey, so listen, Facebook. Hey, how's everybody doing? I got a little song I'm gonna play this morning. You know how we do it. You know how we do it. Hey, look, I know it's early in the morning, but that's okay too. That's okay too. You gotta be obedient. You gotta be obedient. I had to uh I had to come up a notch. I had to come up a notch. I had to come up a notch. There we go. I had to come up a notch because this is my time. This is my time. This is my time. You are in the right place. This morning, you will be motivated. I can guarantee you that you will be motivated. Uh, thank God for waking us up this morning, starting us on our way this early Monday morning. But you know what? Stop being Stop being mad for saying, "Oh, it's Monday morning. Oh, it's my morning. I'm gonna be mad and sad." No, you're not. No, you're not. You're gonna have a good day at work because today's message is motivation for you, me, and all of us. So, with that said, let me get a little musical music going, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it. We're moving on to the get your beans over on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying. I just forget that hill. Now it's big league. Get no big you leave that. Always that moving on to the side. To the side. I know you think that I know you think I went crazy this morning. I know you think I went crazy, but you know what? Let's give God some praise this morning. Thank you, dear Lord, for waking us up. Thank you for starting us on our way. Thank you for our life, health, and strength. Thank you for our family, friends, and foes this morning, dear Lord. You you gave me this morning. And I'm gonna ask that you work it for these people, work it for each one of our good. Let it be a motivational force this morning. We thank you, Jesus. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Listen. As I was coming down, and y'all know me, y'all know I sometimes uh don't have the message set. I love doing it that way because I know that uh, when I come down without a set, uh, let me turn that down. I know doing it without a set message or whatever, God to give me what I'm supposed to say, and that's just the way it is. So this morning, as I was coming down the stairs, I was going in, fix me a little cup of coffee. And I'm saying, okay, God, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say this morning? And I was just gonna come down and work on my book. Trust me, I know what I'm saying right now. I know, trust me, I'm not I'm not rambling. I'm not rambling. I want you to know I'm not rambling. I'm just wanting you to know that as I was coming down this morning, try to use stand. As I was coming down this morning, God says it's time to move on up. So this morning, while you sitting there, you waking up still. Some of us are still waking up. God says it's time for us to move on up. Now, many a times we get to a place that we are comfortable and we say, yeah, this is it. This is where I'm supposed to be. I finally reached it. I finally moved on up. I finally got to the place where I'm comfortable, where I like being where I'm at. But you know what God said? It's time to move on up. And some of us, we're afraid to move up. We're afraid to move up because we're wondering what's going to happen tomorrow. We're scared to step out on what we call faith. Hebrews 11:1 say, now faith is the substance of things hoped for. Listen, it's the evidence of things not seen. So listen, just because you're stepping out there, take a look at that word substance in that scripture. Sub means to go beneath. Say, I know I got a couple of little degrees on paper, and sometime I come on, you probably say, well, that joker got a doctorate degree and he talking like that. He's not saying the proper words, but you know what? I'm not on here to say proper words. I'm proper when I need to be. Hello, somebody. I don't need to be proper on my show. That's what makes me and my show. It's called my show. So if I want to say these here and that's on me. You know. Hey, listen, I grew up in Blytheville, Arkansas, and I always give my hometown a shout out. Blytheville, my hats off to you. Salute you this morning. Duck Sims down there. You continue to do what you do. The Bible said that in Matthew 6:34, and as I put it up today, it said, take therefore no thought for the morrow. For the morrow shall take care of the thought, shall take thought for things of itself. Listen, we can't get up every morning worrying about tomorrow. It's time to move on up. It's time for us to move on up. It's time for us to move on up financially. It's time for us to move up in our forgiveness. Listen. Yeah, I know I struck some people in right there because see, I got some forgiveness that I need to be doing too. I mean, I got some people that has hurt me that hey, listen, I'm a human. I'm a human. You're only gonna do so much to a human being before they cut you off. And I'm not saying to go and drop down on your knees and beg, and then keep taking the same people in that's doing this stuff to you. No, it's time that you move on up. Stop worrying about how people are gonna feel about you if you don't like certain people. Stop worrying about how uh, people are gonna feel about you because you stop going some certain places. Hello, somebody. Y'all don't want to talk to me this morning, but it's time that we move on up. We have been stuck in the same place for so long that it's time for you to move on up. Maybe some of those friends that or those people that you call friends are really not your friends. So it's time for you to move on up. Y'all, I promise I don't have a I don't have notes in front of me. I'm just telling you from the heart what is being placed on me right now. Whatever God is giving me right now, that's what I'm trying to encourage you with. You need to understand that everybody is not your friend. I had to understand that. We got to understand that we have to stop riding someone else's coattail. Y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all don't want to hear me. Listen, when I started this Come On In Incorporation, we started Come On In Incorporation November 1st. It was officially incorporated November 1st, 1998. That's a few years ago. I ain't got time to count them up. You can count them if you want to. But through that time, we went from Come On In to Come On In Elite. We went from Come On In Elite
In about 2 years, we carried the name Come On In Elite for about 2 years until recently. We are now Come On In Global. We have over, I'm proud to say, over 2 million followers, depends on which one you look at. Our overseas followers are off the chain. We have international ambassadors. We have international connections like no other. And I'm here to tell you this morning, it's time to move on up. Listen, I know you've been where you're at and you're comfortable. You've been with Pastor Luli and you've been with Dr. Ronnie and you've been with this person. But sometimes God will place in you, He will let you stay in a place so much, so long, for so long, and to teach you whatever you need so you can move on up. I had pastor when I was in the military. My pastor, I always say he's still my pastor, is Wilbur D. Benson from the Center of Faith. It used to be the Church of God in Christ, but now it's Center of Faith Ministries. And listen, him and Mother Sagana Benson, I could never repay what they taught me, what they put in me, and all that. But sometimes it was like, man, do I supposed to be here? Man, do I supposed to do this? And man, but you have to go through because one day you're going to be in my position. You're going to be talking to millions of people. You're going to be doing things that's nationwide. That you're going to be that pillar for someone. So what I have to tell you today is just like the Jeffersons, it's time that you move on up. You got to stop riding someone else's coattail. You have to stop depending on others so much. Some people have depend on others so much they can't even make decisions on their own. They have to, if you say, hey, do you want to go to the mall? Well, let me call my psychic and see if hello somebody. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I need to check in with Lulu and see if she come on, y'all. Y'all don't want to talk to me this morning. See, people don't like when you talk like this. But it's not me. It's not me. I woke up with the idea of coming down and working on my book. But listen, it's time to move on up. Yeah, you're making X amount of dollars and you're struggling. But you got to offer something over here. But because you've been faithful over here for 10 years or 12 or 3 or 5 or whatever years you've been faithful right there, God saying, okay, you've been faithful to me. You've been faithful to the job. You've showed me that you can be faithful. I'm going to go ahead and give you a promotion. But because you are comfortable where you're at, you don't take that promotion and you wonder, and you saying, well, Lord, I wish, well, Lord, I wish you would have blessed me. Well, He blessing you. He told you He was going to give you a little something, something extra over here. But because you are so used to being comfortable right there, y'all don't want to talk to me this morning. Y'all don't want to talk to me this morning. But listen, don't be comfortable. It's time for you to even move on up in your education. Man, this move on up thing is on me this morning. Y'all don't mind, do you? Y'all don't mind, do you? This thing called this move on up. God's saying we need to move on up. You've been right there where you're at. You're too comfortable, and it's time that you move on up. Yeah, I know. Some of y'all driving a vehicle right now that when you drive down the street, you're smoking up the neighborhood, messing up people's allergies and everything. And God got a brand new one for you right over there saying, go over there and get it. But you looking in your wallet and you're saying you're trusting it. Y'all don't want to hear me this morning. But He's saying it's time to move on up. He says, stop worrying about tomorrow. Listen, it's a lot of people that's laying in bed right now that didn't even wake up this morning. That the alarm clock just blaring. The children just got up and went on to school. They ain't even checked on them, but didn't know that they was worried about tomorrow and they ain't gonna even see today. Their tomorrow was yesterday. Their tomorrow was yesterday. So I'm telling you today, Dr. J. Will with the Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams. Y'all know I don't usually come on at 4:30. My prayer hour is from 4 to 6. Anywhere in between there, I wake up and it was amazing this morning. I woke up feeling good, feeling good. And I don't go to sleep like every normal person. It might take me 3-4 hours to go to sleep after I lay down. But listen, this morning God said, get up, go down, tell them it's time that we move on up. It's time that we move on up in our loving each other. It's time that we move up in our forgiveness of each other. Listen, fathers need to forgive sons. Sons need to forgive fathers and sisters and brothers and their children, and mothers and daughters need to come together close and listen. The way the world is going, and y'all know how I feel about politics. I don't even like to mention it. We don't know what's going to happen in November. You listen, there's people already lined up, and I'm not a psychic. I'm not predicting nothing. I'm just a realist that can see it. Listen, it's already people lined up with targets on your back, guns aimed at your head. They just waiting on November the 2nd or 4th or whatever the election is, November. If it doesn't go their way, they're going to start shooting. And if it don't go this way, they're going to start doing this. No, I'm not predicting. You just listen to the rhetoric and look at the news every now and then, and you'll see that I'm telling you the truth. Listen, it's time for us that don't care about that junk. Listen, let me tell you this. There's not one president that I've seen since I've been voting that has came and sit down and ate lunch with me. I've seen Barack Obama. I've been in the same room with him. I've seen George W. Bush. I've been in the room with him. I got stuff from President Clinton. All this. Listen, I ain't a Democrat or a Republican. I'm an American, and I'm getting kind of tired of being one of them because it seems like we just can't move on up. We can't move past this junk that's going on. Don't like to talk about politics on my show, but listen, it's time that we move on up, y'all. It's time that we move on up. We need to love each other more now than ever before, because I'm telling you, so many innocent people are getting shot and killed, and so many people are getting brainwashed. And oh yeah, Trump made me do it. Trump didn't make you do nothing because he didn't come to your house and do nothing. Nobody told you to watch whatever you was watching. Well, Alex Jones said do that. Alex Jones ain't told you to do nothing. Nobody told you. You said you didn't listen. I'm going politician on you here for a second. You said that you live in the land of the free, America, right? So you had in America, we have freedom of press. And then God gave you some sense up here. Then he gave you some ears to listen, but you choose to listen and see that junk, that the ones that spewing it, where are they going to be? Everybody, some of these people calling civil war. Where are they going to be when the war starts? Okay, I thought so. So listen, it's time to move on up from that mess. If you loved your neighbor before the elections, why can't you love them after? If you loved them before politics, why can't you love them after politics? Every year, I would love to see San Francisco 49ers win the Super Bowl. Every year. I don't care about any other team. Listen, I would love to see the 49ers. I would love to see the Baltimore Ravens. I would love to see my boy get his ring. I would love to see him get a ring finally. Every year, I would love to go fight in the ISKA and get first place. Every year, I would love to go fight in the biggest tournaments, the biggest martial arts tournaments, and come home with first place. I would love that. But every year, that's not going to happen. We are not always going to get the person that we want. Okay? We're hey, listen, win, lose, or draw. cheat, steal, whatever you want to call it. When I don't see y'all having a riot and breaking out, being mad at each other when Tom Brady was winning Super Bowls and they said, oh, put an asterisk by that because they cheated. Oh, put an asterisk by that because they cheated. Put an asterisk by that because it was football, didn't have enough air in it, but they still won the Super Bowl. They didn't say, oh, well, we need to start a riot because my team didn't win. Listen, your team is not going to win all the time. It's time that we move on up. It's time that we begin to walk around our community because there's people that is suffering. Let's worry about the people in our community, the people on our street, the people that we know that could use help instead of worrying about what we can't control. But we can control, we can help the hunger population. We can stop giving to this mess that we shouldn't be giving to or don't have to give to. How about instead of sending $20 over there, why don't we go to the store and buy $20 worth of? Y'all don't want to talk to me this morning. Y'all don't want to talk to me this morning because you know I'm right. We send $20 to feed the homeless overseas, or excuse me, to feed the homeless. There's a feed the homeless program or whatever. When your neighbor next door could really use a jug of milk. Y'all don't want to talk to me. Yeah. I'm not saying don't send money to feed the homeless because y'all know I'm a humanitarian. And matter of fact, we getting ready to collect to feed and do some stuff overseas for our overseas program. All I'm saying is, take care of home first. Take care of home first. If you got a little extra, go ahead and move on up. Move on up in your giving. Move on up in your loving. Move on up in your listen. Stop riding so many people coattails. Yeah. I got some things coming out. I got some new books coming out. I'll be blasting. You know me. You don't have to promote me because I'm gonna promote myself. People say, well, on your show, you said that right. On your show. On your show. If it's called your show, that means you promote whatever you want on your show because you pay for these. Yeah, I pay for this little beautiful setup that I have. It's my show, okay? It's a show that God gave me. You don't have to be jealous of me. I don't have to be jealous of you. I cannot do what you do. And let me tell you, you probably don't want to do what I do because this right here is not an easy thing to do. Hello, somebody. I appreciate each and every person that's watching this morning. I just wanted to come on. I got about 6 minutes to tell you that, listen, it's time that we move on up. It's time that we move on up. We have to get out of the rut that we're in. It's time to move on up. Come on in, Elite Global. Yeah, I said it. Come on in, Elite Global. God took us from come on in to come on in, Elite. Now we are come on in, Elite Global with over 2 million plus followers. Everybody always asks me, why ain't you getting paid? You should be getting paid. Yeah, I'm about to get paid. I'm about to get paid. But I bet you this. If I say, hey, can you send $1.99 to subscribe to my channel? I'm gonna see how many subscribers I have. Since y'all said I'm supposed to get paid and I should get paid with all these followers, I'm gonna see how many of y'all gonna follow me when next month my YouTube channel is gonna be blasted out. Next month when my new website, how many gonna follow us on the website so I can pay for it? And that and I'm gonna see how many say I should get paid for it when my books come out. I'm releasing 2 books in the next 2 weeks. 2 books at one time. Inspirational Moments with Dr. John Williams. Listen, you got to get that book. And also the other book of Why. I have the best team. I don't care what you say. Listen, it's time to move on up. I appreciate, and I'm sending a shout out to Dr. Jesse Bowens and Elite Publications. But it's time for me to move on up. I shouldn't have to. It's time for me to move on up because we are Elite Global now. I have people in the organization and sending a shout out all the way over to my girl, over in the Philippines, JP. Much love, international ambassador. She's going to be on the show real soon. So you guys will see her to see who she is. She's just one of five, I believe, of our international ambassadors, all the way over in the Philippines. Dr. Jeanette, another one of our international. She is actually our international chief of staff and one of the international uh, ambassadors. The international chief of staff, that's a real heavy position. But listen, just send a shout out to Robin Shockley. I'll be over in South Carolina at the end of next month. Looking forward to doing that with her over there. I haven't brought her on the show yet to talk about what event she's having over there next month. Time is flying fast. And there's some things that I had to cut off, but it wouldn't do because I didn't want to go. It's just some things that my schedule does not allow me. I didn't even realize I had like 4 or 5 events within a short period of time. But listen, it's time that we move on up. God has already set the pace. You have already did your part, and God is trying to do his part, but you got to allow him to. Don't be afraid to step out, y'all. You don't be afraid. It's amazing to me how so many people say they're Christian and they got faith and they got God and God love them and blah blah blah. But the moment somebody hits you with a napkin, you fall apart. Yeah, y'all know I'm telling the truth. If somebody throw a sheet on your neck, you wanna commit suicide. Come on now, talk to me now. It's time that we move on up. And that's my word for you today. I'm Dr. J. Will with Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams, saying Matthew 6:34 say, take no thought for the morrow. For the morrow should take thought of it for things of itself. Listen, you don't have to worry about tomorrow. Stop worrying. I have a lot on me. I had a lot of stuff happen the last month and a half. I'm telling you, when I say it cost me money, it cost me money. I have about 7 people that I still have to take care of. And because I said if they didn't have their stuff by a certain date, I'm gonna cut that send half of their money back because I do not want to be that organization that owes somebody anything because I've been there and done that. When people owe you a ring or a watch or a belt or whatever it is, or a certificate or whatever, and they just hold it on to it. That seems to be me right now. See how I just said that? Because I know I got to move on up in that area. That y'all don't want to talk to me. See, I have to move on up in that area because I owe some people some stuff that should have been given out back in May or June. Now we're getting ready to go into August. That's never been us. That's never been me. That's never been me. But you know what? I'm man enough to say, I'm going to fix that. I'm the CEO here. I'm going to fix that problem. I know it's about 6 people that I got to take care of. I'm not blaming the people that didn't send it on time. I'm not blaming the storms that happened or nothing. But I know that they're going to get their stuff. Some people all over in Canada. I got you. I got you. I feel you. And blame me. Don't blame nobody but me. But listen, it's time that we move on up. Now, earlier I said I wanted to thank somebody. I want to thank Elite Publications once again for helping me get to where I'm at. Dr. Jesse Bowens and his wife and his staff. I mean, I'm in just about every book he printed in the last 3-4 years or whatever. I want to thank my PAC family. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. My PAC family, they are always there. PAC leader. The PAC leader and each and every person that's affiliated with the PAC. I want to thank you guys because I know I can depend on you. And I'm telling you, when the 2 books drop, please flood Amazon. Flood Amazon when we release them. I know that this book, both of them, will be number one sellers. And then I'm going to try to go for the international number one sellers. I got to send some overseas so that we can get them distributed over there. I don't care what's the price because it's all about taking somebody and listen. When you get this book, you'll be able to sit down just a brief moment and you might not be able to put it down, but I'm telling you, these books are top of the line. They are written well. They are just, I love the graphics. I love it all. So listen, I think my team that helped put it together, and I always tell you that I'm going to do something. And 9 times out of 10, if I say I'm going to do something, we have the Elite Fist water. Uh, just waiting on the distribution to go ahead and go through. We'll be getting that water out and you can purchase it right here. We'll have it on the website. You know, our website will be built next week, I believe. And we're coming out on fire because it's time to move on up. I'm not riding anybody else's coattail. We have our magazine that we'll be doing. We're working on that as we speak. We have our publication company that we're going to be doing ourselves. Our new publication company is going to be called Triple J Elite Publishing. Triple J Elite Publishing. Well, what's Triple J? You'll know when we tell you. It's time to move on up. I want to stop by and say thank you once again to each and every person that tuned in this morning. I hope that you received something. If you don't receive anything today, if you have a bad day, I just want you to think of this one song. I hope it ring in your head today. This one thing, I hope it ring in your head today. And that's my word for you this morning. Dr. J. Will with Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams telling you, hey, it's time that you move on up. God bless. So like I said, y'all have a blessed day. This is Dr. J. Will sounding off saying, be blessed. Remember, Matthew 6:34 say, therefore no thought for tomorrow. For tomorrow should take care of thought for things of itself. Be blessed. This is Dr. J. Will with Elite Motivation Moments with Dr. John Williams telling you to encourage you and reminding you that it's time to move on up. I hope the message touched somebody 4:35 o'clock in the morning here. But you know what? Hey, God gave it to me. I'm going to get up and finish writing on the book that we got and hopefully publishing it next month, in the next couple of days. And that's my goal is to have this book out by August the 1st. Don't know how long it takes, what's called to do it, but I know the book is fully finished. And hey, listen, help me get the word out. We are over 2 million plus followers now. And to each and every person that's on the sound of my voice, thank you. Thank you from the heart. Thank you for helping me get to those those numbers. Help me. Thank you for I was reading my texting, but I want to thank you for helping me get to those numbers, and it's a blessing, y'all, to be in this position. So all I ask that if you see it posted, go ahead and help a brother out. Purchase the book. I really would love to get this to go to number one. I know it will, and like I say, I thank each and every person that helped me get to this level. Everybody from Robin Shockley to Professor Gary Lee to my Pack brothers to the Aussie crew to Grandmaster Richard Osborne, and Dr. Jesse Bowens, all the people that was in my life to be a part of me, to help me get this. It's just time for us to move on up. It's time for us to bring out the best, whatever is in you, whatever talent God has given you. And anybody know that when you're around me, I'm trying to bring out the best of you. I'm not jealous of anybody. I'm not, I can't do what you do. You definitely don't want to do what I do. Sometimes you go somewhere you just want to chill and relax. But it seems like when you're in our position and you're out here and your face is on here, number one, you got to be careful. Number two, you really don't even get any rest. I probably look like I have bags inside of my eyes sometimes, but you know what? I'm still standing, and I'm here to tell you this morning it's time that you move on up. So y'all be blessed, Dr. J. Will. Number one, I do not own the rights to that music, so I hope Facebook don't take it off. But oh, somebody said what? Oh, leave y'all with a song. Okay, let me see. So Dr. J. Will, I'm gonna find a song for you this morning. Y'all be blessed and stay encouraged. Y'all be blessed. I'm gonna end you with this song right here. Song for you right here. Let me see. Hope it come on without a commercial. 3, 2, 1.
All across the building tonight. Let the devil know that you're encouraged. Let him know that you're encouraged. Let him know. Hallelujah. I don't know about you tonight, but somebody may be crying, but I come to let you know that God can take it over. Oh, you will. I know right now it's impossible to see, but God is gonna work it out if you just believe. Remember just one thing while you're going through. God delivered Daniel. Guess what? He'll do the same for you. No matter what you will, feel it in his way. Be encouraged.
That song is called Be Encouraged by William Beckton. Beppon.
Trouble don't last Trials are just a test, just a test of your faith. So stay strong. Try your weeping now. Joy comes in the morning, and everything is gonna be all right. What it said, that's what it told me. Somebody got bills tonight. Somebody don't know what the children.
Listen. I don't usually do this, but as this song was playing, I'm supposed to tell you, Robin Sharpley, to be encouraged. This song is for you. JP over in the Philippines. Don't know what you're going through, but this song is for you. Go and listen to, I'm just telling you what the Spirit told me. Go back and listen to Be Encouraged by William Beckton, Becton. Y'all be blessed.
I'm supposed to be stopping y'all. I'm supposed to be quitting, but y'all got me up here being the DJ this morning because we can't complain. We can't blame.
Since last year, this time, a few weeks after last year's festival, I ended up with congestive heart failure. Ended up in the hospital in intensive care for a while. Had to go on dialysis and other complications.
Listen, I know that you're going through something, but sometimes you just gotta do this. You just gotta say this right. Do you feel like going on this one? After hearing it's time to go up. After hearing that it's time to move on up, do you feel like going on this morning? Marvin Wayans want to tell you that he feel like going on. Listen.
I feel like
I hope that time to move up that you feel like going on. Listen to Facebook. I do not own the rights to this music, but I have to encourage somebody this morning.
Feel like, oh, why can't I say it one more time? Feel, I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel like, I feel like going. Go. Even though so they tell all that feel like going. I feel like going. I mean, sometimes you just have to just get up because I didn't know this morning I was coming to do the show this long. The show said
It's time that we move on up. It's time that we move on up, y'all. We are human beings. We are human beings, y'all. Why are we treating each other this way? We see each other in need and we want to help each other. Send a super shout out to my man, Dr. Robert Crossan, all the way over in Florida. Brian West, all the way in Missouri. Me and Brian was co-king of the Midwest when in our fighting days for the Midwest. Aussie crew martial arts for the wow, such a long time, such a great time that we had in that ring. Never had to compete against each other because we were in different weight classes and all that good stuff. But I just thank God that we had that time, and we'll be doing some stuff for him here next couple of days. Congratulations to the tournament y'all just had out there, Brian. Please speak to Dr. Osborne for me. And I said hello. Good seeing him in Florida. And listen, I pray that each one of you have a great time, a better attitude this morning. If you get bored at work, put on that song by the Jeffersons theme song. It's time to move on up. And remember, it's time that you move on up. God has a blessing for you. He don't just tell you he got it. You say you was faithful over a little thing, so he's gonna bless you to be. Y'all don't want to hear me talking this morning, but I just think God for people like Tandy Roseburg, that is, she is going to be helping me with this magazine. She is going to be getting my stuff in. I'm sorry. She is going to be helping me with the publication and getting me started with the publications of the magazine. Like I said, we're coming out with Triple J Elite Publishing. Triple J Elite Publishing. We want to even start publishing children books. You know, I talk to a lot of y'all. Y'all say, "Oh, I want to publish a book." Yeah, I want to publish. Then you hear the price, you have a heart attack and 2 strokes. But listen, it's not about that. It's time for you to move on up. Don't do it for you. If you got grandchildren, if you got children, leave some legacy for your children. Y'all don't want to hear me. I was telling my son the other day, I said, you guys should never want for anything. Y'all should never be broke because I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'm going to come up with something and I'm not afraid to step out there deep, stepping out there and just making things happen. And that's what you got to do. You got to move on up. Stop being afraid to fail. You have to move on up. Yeah, I said that was over. I said the sermon was over 30 minutes ago, didn't it? But it's just, I get sick and tired of us. We too cheap. We want the least amount to pay for the least amount of somebody's work, but we want the best product. Yeah. You ever seen that? You want to wear stilettos, but you don't want to get them. You want to get them at Nordstrom when they on sale over here at Walmart. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Same shoe. They just happen to be at the thrift shop. Somebody wore them one time and hurt their feet, and they put them in the thrift. Oh, I can't go there. But you want to go to you want to go to Nordstrom or wherever they sell them, just to say that you went to the New York store to get them. Who you trying to impress? Look, I got this hat at the mall and had them do all this writing on it. I thought it would be cheaper at the mall. I could have got 7 of them for the price I paid for this one. And then when you see me, hey, let me have that hat. Let me have $45. That's what you let me have. Hello, somebody. I'm just saying, y'all, it's time to move on up. God put people in your way to help you get to the next stage. I can never thank Dr. Laverne Adekuli with the Extraordinary People. I can't never thank her enough because she helped me to get that African connection and got me involved all overseas and all that. Had me stepping way out there in the deep. But look what it paid off now. You have to be You can't be afraid to step out, y'all. You have to step out. It's time to move on up. Some of y'all were supposed to move up about 2 years ago, but you let something stop you from moving on up. It's time. Listen, some of y'all went up by ways of microwave. Now, just be honest. But I came up by ways of stairs. I took the long way up. So listen, you cannot sit there and just stay where you been. That's over. You cannot stay where you been. It's time for you to move on up. Woo! I got to get out of here because I'll start all over again. And as I like I'm asking you, hey, share my stuff, share my stuff, share my stuff. We done hit that 2 million mark. No, I'm not getting paid yet, but I start getting paid hopefully next month when my website gets connected into where it's supposed to be and all that. And I want to have the Johnsons on. They are the creators. They do the Dinah Johnson and her husband and family. They own website company, and I'm gonna hopefully have her on so we can talk about it and help her get. Listen, if you want top of the line work at a great price, you know, you need to. If I recommend somebody, I promise you, they will have been vetted and they are who they say they are, and they will be top of the line. And I'm going to be when you see my website, just start putting your pennies and nickels together because you will want these people to do your website. That's not taken away from anybody else that's doing website. I'm telling you, it's time to move up. It's time that we move up. I'm going to give you some good people that you can trust. Not saying that anybody I had before I couldn't trust or whatever. It's just time to move on up. And that's what God has blessed me with, good people in my path, my life, and He showed me, hey, you don't have to stay where you're at. If you've been doing the same thing for 10 years and you only got two extra people, then you might want to do something different. Dr. Alice Bass Knight with the Fresh Anointing Christian Bible Institute, we got to move on up. If you had 20 people graduate this year, guess what? You about to have 40 next year. It's time that we move on up. Y'all better take that prophecy and run with it. I'm just saying, I'm not prophesying. I'm just telling you how a TI is, and that if you want to go further, if you want to move on up, jump on this bandwagon. Now, I just told you earlier, stop riding people coattail, but it's okay to help people. But you'll know when to get off. Don't get in somebody's organization just because they're doing their way up here today, because tomorrow they could be way down there. Are you going to stay with them? I'm just asking a question. I've only been doing this for over 30 years, and I've seen them come, go, get in, get what they need, and get to getting. And that's what you got to understand as a CEO of your company. Some people are only there to get. You're only there to help them to move for that next, to go on up for one more notch. Just you helping them to go up one more notch, and then they're going to attach to somebody else and go on up another notch because you're not there to do. Listen, the Bible say one plant, one water, and God gives the increase. Our problem is we trying to plant somebody and make them grow and then give them the increase, but that's not what it's all about. You are going to have people that cross your path only for that time period. And stop sticking around just because you went in the store, you were supposed to go get some candy. You went in the store and you start looking around, and then you got candy, light bread, milk, eggs, bacon. No, 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 no. God said, go in the store, get you a piece of candy, get you a little more extra energy because I'm waiting on you over here. But you went in that store and you liked the prices so much that you stuck around, and then you wonder why you ran out of money when y'all don't want to hear me. Listen. It's time that I go. It's been. I got 2 seconds. Hey, I thank each and every person. This is Dr. J. Will with Elite Motivational Moments with Dr. John Williams. Says, stay strong and remember, it's time that you move on up. Y'all be